Hey there, Wargamers, Justin here, Paint here, and today we got a little hobby update. I'd like to welcome you guys back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. See if we can get ourselves to the 2,000 plus subscriber mark. We're getting very close, and if you aren't new and you're a veteran, and if you're a newcomer, hit that like button. Sign off below if you like what you're seeing, if you're doing some Battletech stuff. And with that, let's jump into it. Today I want to give you guys a hobby update on what I've been working on for my Northwind Highlanders. These are meant to be pitted against the Jade Falcons from the Alpha Strike box. And I did extras for both my Jade Falcons and my Highlanders so I can do like a campaign style game. And I also submitted photos from both of these to Camo Specs for consideration to get into the Camo Specs program. I may have missed that in the Jade Falcon video, but that was part of the intentions, to get all these minis painted, play games, film those games, and submit to CSO and see if we can't get in. With that being said, though, let's go ahead and jump right into it and start showing you some models. So first up, we've got the, I always mix this up if it's the Wasp or the Stinger. I think this is the Wasp. Tiny little guy. And doing the antennas on there was a bit of a pain. They're a little crooked, but given the small area, I'm not displeased with it. And I went with a piano wire style thing. They don't really prick, but if you mashed hard, they would. I find them to be more durable than the bristles I was using. And in the Dark Age era, the Northwind Highlanders for Republic of the Sphere are rocking a beige, tan, and green. So that is what we are cooking up. Next up, we've got our Phoenix Hawk. Old Phoenix Hawk. I think he turned out pretty good. And the value on the new plastics, or the new box set rather, from Alpha Strike is just fantastic. 13 minis for like 80 bucks. It's just stellar. We've got our Locust. I really like how the canopy turned out on that one. Just that and the aggressive stance. Can't go wrong with a Locust. If you're ever unsure and you've got the points, you can field a Locust. Locust is good. Sure to harass your opponents. One of the ones that's not from the Alpha Strike box, we've got Dark Age era Mangonel from the Jade Falcon box, hobby update. I talked about I think it's the Jade Hawk. They are both Dark Age mechs. The Mangonel and the Jade Hawk in particular were in the two-player starter box from MechWarrior Dark Age. So I was very excited to paint these up because that game system, that time in my life has a fondness to it. So I had to paint that up. And then we've got the Wraith. He was the new mini for Inner Sphere in that box. Got his little jump jets. Pew, pew. We've got the Archer. Now this one was broken. I could not find the piece. So one of his sensors is broken, so I tried to paint it to look like it was hit and sheared off and it was melted or something. Maybe it took a PPC and it was a near miss, took off one of his systems, but no catastrophic damage. I like how he turned out. Aggressive stance. Fun to paint. Also fun to field. Can't go wrong with an Archer. Archer's kind of in that class with for Inner Sphere with the Marauder, in my opinion, and the Warhammer, which is coming up next. Can't go wrong fielding those for Inner Sphere. And the hazard stripes on this guy and the numbers are from DRD decal-wise. The official decal there for Highlanders is from Fighting Piranha. We're trying to get the license to be able to make the decals at DRD. We have the capacity to produce thousands in a day without even blinking. We're working hard to try and get Catalyst to notice us and work with us on licensing for it, and it just has not happened. Here's the Blackjack. Got the antennas on there. I think it's a nice little touch. Nice aggressive kind of stance. I dig the walking. I love motion in the minis. I don't like them standing at attention. I say that and I'm going to pull out two assaults here that are kind of standing at attention, but I love the motion. It makes me feel like this mech is about to do something. I like a little snippet from a story. I like that. From one of the final metal minis, I got the Catapult. Now, I was a little upset that the issues I had with this one are the same ones that Arclight Miniatures had posted when he did his Catapult. There's some crazy mold slippage or crazy veins or lines here etched into the model, and it was very hard to deal with them. I couldn't really fix it. Let me see if I can get tight in here and see if you can see it on the legs. The primer filled in pretty reasonable, but you can kind of see here there's some little dark cracks or lines in here coming up on the top as well. I'm not sure if that's visible for you with the camera, but they're not on this side. So like right in here, there's some, and that decal covers part of it, but they're not on this side. It's because this side of the model was funky. Their molds probably got some issues. But other than that, really love the model. The contrast turned out well. The canopy gives like such a nice place to do the jeweling. I think it's great. I really enjoyed doing some kind of like little sensor targeting thing. And then he's got his ostensibly Arrow 4 missiles. So DRD decals. We got the little kill marks and the bomb marks. Thought that looked cool. Nice little extra touch. And then our number there. And then rounding out the assaults here, we've got an Atlas. We got the Annihilator. Gave him his little antennas as well. Kill marks, very cool. And then the final of the plastics, we've got the Atlas. Can't go wrong with an Atlas. Another iconic mech that a lot of people recognize or may be familiar with the aesthetic of, even if they're not into Battletech. It's just one of those mechs, and he looks very cool to me. Doing the antennas on him wasn't too bad. There's actually like pretty nice slots that were obvious to drill there to put them in. So very cool. And then two models that are not CGL official. We've got this guy to count as my Stalking Spider. This is a quad from Stratos. I wanted to have a little variety of my forces, so painted up a couple of these to be quads. I'm not as big a fan of the Ironwind quads right now. I think they just, in general, kind of derpy. And I think these look great, so I did that. And then the last one is also a Stratos quad, and this one is meant to be proxied as a Xanatos, the 100-ton assault quad, which I think this looks a lot better than the Ironwinds one, in my opinion. So I think it's a reasonable approximation, and I like it. And that is our Inner Sphere Highlanders. We'll give you guys a recap of what we got here. So from the box, we've got, I believe, this is the Wasp. We've got the Phoenix Hawk. We've got the Locust. We've got the Wraith. We've got the Archer, the Warhammer, the Blackjack, the Atlas. Those are the two lances that come in the Alpha Strike box. And then the add-ons I did, we got the Mangonel. We've got the Catapults, we've got the Annihilator, and then the two proxy quads, the Xanatos and the Stalking Spider. And that'll be one model over a full company, 13 instead of 12. And that is because I added on the Annihilator later. I realized I had an Annihilator card, pilot card, and for Highlanders, and I might as well paint one. I also did the Catapult because I've got, oh man, what's her name? Oh, she's like, is it Campbell? Something Campbell? So she's like the mercenary Highlander. I forget her first name, but something Campbell, and she was in a Catapult. It may not have been the Arrow 4 variant, but I didn't want to paint another of the standard plastic Catapult because I've got it, multiples of them, and so I want to do a different one, and I did this one. So yeah, this will be enough to do the Alpha Strike box set 3 missions, where I'll use these 4 or these 8, and then hopefully be able to do some campaign style games with the company here versus the Jade Falcon Trinary that I painted up. But with that being said, folks, I've rambled on enough today. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like, subscribe. If you liked the painting you saw here and would like to do any of this yourself, the paints that I use predominantly on these are from Monument Hobbies, the Pro Acrylic line. Got a coupon and a link down below, save you some cash and also help support the channel. If you're looking for anything and everything Battletech, check out Fortress Miniatures and Games. Bobby helps support what I do here so I can continue to shine a light into the YouTube darkness that is the interwebs to try and get that spotlight on you guys and bring in new people for the community to help grow this Battletech community that we all love. And finally, if you're interested in some terrain or some decals, anything like that, check out Death Ray Designs. It's my day job, helping support them, help support me because it keeps them in business and gives me a place to work. That said, as always, I like to ramble. It's time for me to sign off. Thank you guys again for hanging out. As always, keep painting your models, keep rolling this dice, and I'll catch you guys next time.